Hi guys, so this is going to be a forecast for the sign of Aquarius. I've already shuffled the cards and dealt them face down, so we're just going to flip them over together and see what's in store for the next week or two, let's say. Now, the cards, the way I do them is I always look at a person. So this person is just most likely you, Aquarius, but it can be somebody who you're tied to, somebody who's relevant to you, or just energetically attached to you, even if they're not near you physically. All right, so the first position we're going to be looking at is the position of the back, what's recently happened, what's at our backs, what's still like lingering with us, okay? Now, what's at our backs here, it looks like the Seven of Cups, and the Seven of Cups is choices, confusion, and that is essentially not really knowing where we're going, having potentially a lot of options, nothing really clear, and coupled with the Oracle card of the Foot, that's like really moving forward without a clear destination, without a clear trajectory, or without clarity in general. We're kind of like powering through life, not really knowing what we're doing, but we're doing it anyway. All right, we're going to clarify this, but let's keep going. So the position of the head, what we're thinking, how we're actually strategizing, what's on our minds. So Aquarius, you appear to have the Two of Swords on your mind, which is a conversation. It's communication, okay? The Two of Swords is all about communication with another person. And that's coupled with the Oracle card of the Knot, which is all about matrimony. It's all about, you know, relationships or something you're engaged to. So this could, you know, most likely this is about, I'm kind of getting a relationship vibe here, but it doesn't have to be. This actually could just be something you're just tied to, right? We're trying to figure out a way to communicate about a commitment, essentially a commitment. Now I'm going to clarify this in a second, so stay with me and I'm going to really get more specific on that, but I want to keep going and get all the cards on the board before I do that. So the position of the heart, that is how we're feeling about things or what is, you know, causing an emotional response for us. Position of the heart is the Two of Cups, so again, definitely a relationship here. That's really what we're talking about. This isn't just any commitment, this is a relationship issue, and that's kind of like really shown here by the Two of Cups. And it's coupled with the Oracle card of the Door. Now the Door is upside down, so the Door is an opportunity to change your situation, an opportunity to move into new ground, it's an opportunity. But it's closed. Upside down, that means the door is closed here. Now that is at our hearts, and this could mean that we want, you know, this could be the thing that we're really trying to say, right? That we want to have a conversation about with that person we're committed to. It could be that we want to tell them that we need a break, or you know, not something that, it could just mean that we don't want to move ahead to do something. And again, it's like, because we're still not sure where we want to go, we're unclear ultimately here with the Seven of Cups, and we don't want to make any moves without having clarity. And so this is the conversation that we're having with this person. It's like, I don't want to do this. And, you know, it could just be that I don't, be as simple as like, I don't want to move to the next level of seriousness. I don't want to, you know, go from just dating to being boyfriends. I don't want to do that. It's like, I don't want to do something with regards to a relationship here. Let's keep going. The position of the hand, what this person's actually doing about all of this stuff, how they're interacting with the world or the circumstance. So Five of Pentacles is upside down. So, you know, we're actually avoiding this person and we're avoiding this conversation with the Five of Pentacles upside down, coupled with the Oracle card of the treasure chest. Well, now that's throwing me out because now that is about money. Oh, okay. So there's something about withholding money. Like, I don't... Oh, it could be that whatever it is that we're deciding we don't want to do yet because we're not ready and we're having this conversation with a significant other, it has to do with, we don't want to make some kind of like earthly investment. Like, we don't want to move in, we don't want to buy this together. You know, it's like some sort of like money related earthly investment, and we don't want to do it, and I think that's the conversation that we're being forced to have with this other person, is that we really don't want to do that. Okay, so the final position, the position of the foot, short-term future, where this is all going to actually take us, how our actions are going to unfold once we do this, where is that going to take us? Okay, so where it's going to take us is the Nine of Wands. So, what's really irking me is not the Knight of Wands, because the Knight of Wands is action, right? Well, the Knight of Wands actually in this case is doing what you're doing. He never stops. So in this case, I think that while we might be thinking about having a conversation, and while we might want to, say these things, we're really more acting rather than talking, and we're going to continue to act the way that we're acting, which is kind of like, in some way, withholding finances, withholding financial support, or withholding like being on the same page financially, like I don't want to do this financially, something like that. But we're going to keep doing, rather than have an actual conversation, what we're going to keep doing, or this person's going to keep doing. Now, mind you, Aquarius, this could not be you. This could be someone else, and you could be dealing with someone who is acting in a certain way, weird with money. They don't want to invest. They don't want to share. They don't want to. They're being kind of withholding, maybe kind of cheap with their money, or very selfish. Actually, I'm not getting selfish. It's just more like they don't want to invest in this thing, or they're not on board for something financially. It could be that it's vice versa, right? So they're the other person, and you are the person that wants to do it, and But the reason that they don't want to do it, it all goes back to just lack of clarity, like they're not sure, right? So they want to be clear before they do anything like invest. And coupled with the Oracle card of Gemini upside down, it's like we're still not having that conversation, right? It's like we're thinking about that conversation. That's up here in the brain. We're thinking about that conversation here. But we're not doing it here because the way we're acting is, it's almost like it's either passive-aggressive. It might not be passive-aggressive, but it's just more like we're sending a message through our actions rather than saying anything. And then, yeah, but the message doesn't seem to it doesn't go through because we didn't say it. They don't get the message. Okay? So let's just clarify these positions real quick, and then at the end we're going to do advice, so stay with me. So the first position I want to clarify is the very first position that we flipped over. So I want to clarify this. The past energy, kind of like we have been doing a lot of things without clarity. So let's get more details about that. Tell me about the Seven of Cups, please. Whoop, something flew right out. Okay, so that's the Knight upside down. So I think this is like we have acted hastily. The Knight is hasty already. Upside down, it's like a distorted Knight. So he's too hasty, and it's time to slow down and act with caution. And I think that is really what is spurring this behavior. Yeah, we really need to take our time to decide on specifics here. And that's all part of the reason why things aren't unclear and why we don't want to go in on this. We don't want to do this thing. Okay, I want to just move right on to the hand, because what is this thing? What's the investment? That's what I really want to know, is like, what is this thing that we don't want to invest in, that we don't want to partake in financially? Tell me about the Five of Pentacles upside down, please. Tell me about the Five of Pentacles. Oh. Okay, so the path forward. All right. Path forward is the plan. It's like we don't want to go through the plan. We don't want to invest money in the plan. And I feel like part of it is that this is like a long-term plan that isn't even necessarily of your own origin, your plan. It might be your partner's plan, this person here that we need to talk about, And so part of that reason, it's like we just don't want to go through with this plan. And I think it's either like, there's something about it, it's like you're not close to it, and therefore you're not that invested in it, emotionally, and so you don't want to invest in it financially. It's almost like it's either somebody else's plan or it's a long-distance, long-term plan, and you're just not about it. All right. Let's look at this conversation that we need to have, what we want to say. Back here, position of the head. The conversation we're thinking about having, but apparently never actually have. Oh. Taurus. So what do I say about not actually having? Taurus is being really slow to do anything. In this case, it's about speaking up. So we're thinking about this conversation, but we're really slow in this thinking process. We don't get to acting for quite some time. This is like, you know, if this is you, Aquarius, you're really taking your time considering what you're going to say here. And I also did have another card pop up. So the other card that popped up was the bread. So it's kind of like, we really want to cultivate our words. It's like we don't have the right words yet, or we don't even know what we want to say yet, potentially, exactly. And so we need to, you know, it comes back down to this clarity. It's like, how can we have a conversation until we know the words we want to say? And if we have been unclear, you know, in the past, then this is all part of this, is like thinking about it, getting clarity on it before we speak on it. Let's take a look at the don't wanting to do this thing here that our partner wants to do, or you know, yeah, do this thing that our partner wants to do, or that someone that we're bonded with wants to do this. So it doesn't have to be a romantic partner. It could just be, it could be like a business partner, I suppose, right? It's someone who you're close to and partnered with in some way. Like even a best friend would qualify here. Okay, I have a couple cards popped out. Okay, so I have the 8, and I have Capricorn. Yeah, wow. It's a lot of money and a lot of time. It's a lot of money and too much time, because Capricorn's upside down. And it's an incredible amount of time. It's like, this is a really long-term plan, really long-term investment, and you don't want to do it. And I don't even think it was your plan to begin with. It was like somebody else's plan that you got rolled into. Okay. Final card I just want to clarify really quickly is the outcome. It's like, this is like doing what we're doing, but then not really having the message go through. If we just keep doing what we're doing, then, you know, then nothing's going to change. We have to really speak. We have to say more. We have to do more. Just demonstrating how we feel with our actions isn't enough. The rabbit has to do with more, okay? So it's like, you can't just act passive-aggressively or do certain things and expect someone to just get the message. You actually will have to talk. And then with Virgo on the bottom, you do have to say specific things. Virgo is all about the specifics. All about the specifics. And that's it, actually. All right. So let's get some advice for you, Aquarius. I'll stop the card. And I feel like just looking at this spread, the advice here really would be to, like I was saying, do more. And in order to get this message across, actually say, I mean, you don't have to rush, think about what you're going to say, but like actually saying something rather than not is apparently going to be more successful in getting the message that you want to get across. So let's get an advice card anyway. Card just fell out. Strength. It's like, know the right moment. Okay, I like, that literally just came to me in like a rush. Know the right moment. It's like, wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. It's like she's waiting for it. In the traditional strength card, she's pulling a thorn right from the mouth of, and that all has to do with like holding off until the right moment. Holding off and waiting, not even really about waiting, it's more like withholding because you know it's not the right time or this isn't the right action. So that's strength. It's like, it's like acting carefully, waiting for the right moment to bring up the conversation, doing it when the opportunity presents itself. Like you don't have to rush it, you can think it through, but there will be an opportunity. And when that, be ready. Think about what you're going to say before the opportunity comes. Let's get an oracle card real quick here. All right, one more card. Can I have an oracle card here for advice for my Aquariuses for the next couple of... Okay. Venus upside down. So, with 5 on the bottom. This is like kind of like being a miser, like that whole energy where we're withholding money, withholding information, being kind of like miserly, something to that effect. Not anteing up. Yeah, I feel like this is, I feel like this isn't going to work. Like, stop doing that. You know, this behavior of demonstrating what you want through some sort of like finding